Hello there. I wanted to make a little update video on where I've been at. Hello. I've been wanting to make a little update video. And I have this book, A Conflict of Visions by Thomas Sowell. We're going to talk about books on this channel, but that's besides the point. Despite me having the wealth or Conflict of Visions, which by the way, I recommend checking out. Um we're going to talk about today. Right now he's live, or last time I checked he's live. Investing with Cole, my butthole. Investing with Cole, my butthole. Is this investing with Cole? Let's just be it real. He's one of the best investing channels because I like the way he explains things. He's got this thing called the Index Life. I listen to it, and it constantly makes me more sane. He's kind of like Aaron Clary. He just sort of makes me sane, but he's more tame than Aaron Clary. That's why I recommend him on this channel, because I feel like my audience is not an Aaron Clary type of audience. They're more of a investing with Cole type of audience. Now, investing with Cole, he's all about mindset, just like Aaron Clary, but he's not a jerk about it. You know what I mean? He's a jerk to scammers. Those are the only people he's a jerk to. People who are broken, who are just mentally broken, like I feel like generally he's not a terrible person too. I mean, there was a story where he talks about a guy and he gives him $20 and he says, "Do you have any more?" And in that moment, he realized how grateful he was with the money he had or whatever. But the guy would clearly only cared about the money, more money. He didn't really care about the actual money he was getting. And so, even during the Christmas spirit or whatever, like it was close to the Christmas or whatever. And so, like, I love listening to Cole because Cole, investing with Cole, he's an index fund investor. It used to be called index investing with Cole, and now it's just investing with Cole. I used to watch his videos back in the day when it was called index investing with Cole. Remember that, Cole? I'm a longtime subscriber of yours. I'm a stalker. I'm a creep. Okay, no, we shouldn't. We shouldn't go in there. But he's fantastic. I highly recommend him. I will definitely make more channel reviews in the future. I like Strongman Personal Finance personally. He's not as friendly as Cole. I think he's a bit more. It's either passive or active, and he thinks VOO is active. Which, okay, buddy, whatever. You think VOO is active? I disagree. People are passively putting their money in VOO. They don't even know it in their 401ks. I do it all the time. I love VOO. I love VT. I actually put all my money that's not in my 401k goes to VT. So anyway, that's a whole another argument that strongman can have with me. The fact that I don't have VT in my 401k. I don't have the option for that. If I did, I would totally pick it, but I don't. But yeah, I mean, Cole, same thing. He loves VT. I think he's understanding you can't predict the market. Let's just buy everything, and whatever decides to go up more is the thing I own more of. I totally like that investing strategy. I actually really do. I agree with Strongman. I disagree that his philosophy is going to beat all these U.S. clowns who buy VOO, but whatever. If he thinks he's going to beat the U.S. market, go. I would say I love the strategy of passively investing. You're never going to beat one or the other, but you can't predict one or the other. So why even bother? You could have both of them, and you're always going to underperform one and overperform the other. But it doesn't matter. Your savings rate's way more important than your investing rate, which is something that I love when he talked about the raise in the Roth IRA. That was actual investing news that I actually liked when he talked about that. When Congress raised the limit, that is something that's what I love about Strongman. He focuses on the right things. Same thing with Cole. He focuses on the right things. Tax advance accounts. Get your match first. Then put all up your emergency fund. Then see if you could max out your Roths. Then use a taxable account. Anything left over, which most people just don't have enough money to do those steps. They can barely do step one with their lifestyle. If you can't afford a match, and some companies don't offer them, don't do it. Then don't put money on 401k. But if you feel like you can, this deal's gonna be so good, and you still can never budget anyway, and you just try. Like I like Cole's. The match is 100% guaranteed return for the most part, unless your employer decides to drop out all that money. I don't know how they decide. You think you have to work there for a certain time period in order to get a match. I don't know how the whole match thing works, but generally, My company is different from other companies, but generally, let's say you have 4% of your wages, they'll match you that 1% of the 4%, or they'll match you the 25% of your 4% of your wages, which is technically 1% of your wages. So it's like $420, my company. But other companies are way more charitable than mine. Anyway, that's besides the point. That I shouldn't be talking about company 401ks, because what do I know? I'm not an investor. But that's what investing with Cole is for. I think he doesn't explain 401ks very much, but he explains index investing very well. And I wish he would have kept the original name, because I love his old content. I go and rewatch it, and it's funny him reacting to, what's his name, Meet Kevin, and he's got pink hair. He's got pink hair. It's like turkeys are made out of planes. It's the rant is amazing. Investing with Cole, and so please subscribe to Investing with Cole over me. I am not an investing channel by any means. I'm an economics channel. You know, Conflict of Visions, The Wealth of Nations, Basic Economics by Thomas Sowell, The Road to Serfdom by F.A. Heydrich. Like, these are political economics books. They're not investing books. Now, I do have investing books. I have The Intelligent Investor right here. The Intelligent Investor. I'm not an investor by any means, but I like to read investing content sometimes. Bogle on mutual funds. John Bogle on investing. They're not books that most people would read, but they are going to help you with your investing. I would recommend them. Not The Intelligent Investor. Don't buy that one. That's too old. But everything else I have on here, it would work out. I love John Bogle. That's the first person I would go for investing advice. Not Cole My Butthole. Investing with Cole My Butthole. But, general, books first. More Straight Talk on Investing by Jack Bernan. Those are some good books. So I do have a lot of investing books, but I generally do recommend the beginners, who don't understand why an index fund is a better investment, because that's really the argument, is why is an index fund a better investment? Go listen to Cole. Go listen to his arguments, and it's pretty interesting to hear him. And I love when he compared the fee structure between a mutual fund and an index fund, and how he lost $100,000 or more. I think it was way more than that, actually. I was very impressed by it, and I wish that more YouTubers would look at the calculations of fees and would actually, go ahead, whatever. But anyway, if you want to listen to economics, you go here. If you want to listen to investing, you go to Cole. Cole doesn't have the books I have on investing, but he has the knowledge that I don't have on investing, that I never developed before I read books. I mean, after I read books, I realized, my knowledge is pretty flawed on investing. I need to change up my investment strategy. So that's why I like Cole. And again, not everyone's wealthy enough to invest. I'm very lucky to be in a spot where I can. But if you're struggling, listening to Cole wouldn't hurt, right? If you're struggling, his index life is the best, most peaceful, relaxation, but very thinking. Just listen to the index life. You don't have to, and Cole says he always re-listens to his videos. I do it sometimes on here, but not often. But yeah, just go ahead, listen to Cole. Just help him. He explains things in a much more clear way than I could ever. And, he doesn't even like my YouTube name. He made fun of my YouTube name. This is funny. As someone else. Yeah, anyway. You are someone and I am someone else. And goodbye. I'm signing out.